dear friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course, hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. So you see already on the table are the things we need for this DIY. So if you're ready, I am ready also. We are going to use the smaller tumbling tile blocks. Of course, you can use the bigger blocks, but then it will be very big. So I'm going to choose for this time for the smaller blocks again. I have here my container with everything inside, some scissors, markers, brushes, some mud pots, and of course my wood glue. What will we do without it? And I have a simple brand Pattex, but you can use anything you like. I have here my paint, and of course this only example, just choose any color you like. I have here my duct tape. Of course you call it cohesive tape if I'm correctly. At least it sticks like really well. So I don't know if I'm going to use it. I'm still debating. I have here my saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. So these are a little bit the main pieces we need for this DIY. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a kind of a seasonal lamp, but of course with a twist. And I don't know really how this one will turn out because I have several ideas and I want to make it different than normally. Normally I would make a kind of a square lamp. It's also fine and fun to use in your home for everyday decor, but I want to change it a little bit. So we will see how this will turn out, but make sure if you want to make this DIY, because I never know how many blocks I use, just take 4 until 5 packages of your tumbling tile blocks, the smaller blocks, and then you're already fit to go for making every DIY. So this is it, of course, let's start it. So our first step will be the bottom of our lamps, and we're going to keep it simple. So we're going to do 4 rows of 5 because we have 2 lamps. You can make them in different sizes. Of course, I will show you that later, but first we're going to make the bottoms. That will be 2 times 5 blocks, and we're going to row them. On the side, we do some glue on the smallest side. So like this, and you roll them together, very easy. Some on this one and this one, then you already have your second row. And I always love lamps and the coziness which it gives some light. But of course, it's not everyone's cup of tea to make lamps for in your decor. But if you are just like me and you like a little of the coziness, then this DIY is really something for you, and I hope you give it a try because you will see how easy and how much fun it gives to make your own decor. And again, squeeze it, and it is totally not difficult to make because if you follow the steps, it's so easy to do. And this one, because like everyone knows already, I'm just an amateur like everyone else, and I'm just going to start, and I always see where it brings me. So we're going to give this a couple of minutes drying. So I gave it a couple of minutes. I place one on the side, and I'm going to make a small line on the top of the blocks. I'm going to place it this way. I do here the same. Some glue on the top of the blocks, place it down, and I'm going to turn it over and going to gently press them together. And of course, look that your blocks on the side are staying in the same direction, like this. And then squeeze it, and we do here the same. Turn it around, gently fill in the open gaps because that's not what you want in your bottom. So we're going to wipe away the glue, and here the same. And always feel with your fingers. If you have a carpenter square, then you are easier to do. So I always feel with my fingers, and I do it already for years. So, but do whatever you think is right. So now we have already our 2 bottoms of our lamps. So on our table is the next step. What we're going to do, we are going to make the middle part of our lamp. We made now the bottom, you call it the feet. I think this will be the lamp. Oh, it slipped my mind, but of course I will come on it, don't worry. And later we do the lampshade, of course. We are going to do 6 rows of 4. 6 rows of 4 blocks, and we're going to glue them also on the longest side together. So very easy. Just do some glue on the longest line and the shortest line, of course, because you lay them flat on your table. And this way, and number 3. And again, this is already 1 row, and this will be the second, and of course also the one which is for the second lamp, because we do both of them at the same time. So then if you finish, you are really finished and you don't have to make another one. So we have, again, squeeze it together, press from the side, because you don't want that it is falling out of each other later. And that's why I recommend, especially with this DIY also, I recommend the wood glue and not the hot glue, but you have also hot glue which has wood glue inside, so that's also fine. That's even maybe even better. So I'm going to wipe away the glue over here, and always when you wipe away the glue, go back and make sure that you have a nice straight line again before you're going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So again, this way, and we're going to let it dry in for only a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, while our 6 pieces of 4 are drying over here, I have here now 12 rows of 2 blocks. So 12 rows of 2 blocks. Each row has 6 doubles, and you see, just place them together and place them together. This goes very fast. And the last of this row, this will be for 1 lamp, for at least for the first of the lamp. Oh, I have to look it up. It's not feet, it is, I will look it up. I'm sorry, it slipped my mind. I'm going to squeeze them and squeeze them over here, and this, and this. And of course over here later I'm going to straighten them out and make sure that they have the same straight line. So again, go back and make sure that you have it right, because or else they don't glue. And we're going to work away the glue and let it dry in for at least this one for 15 minutes. So now we have our 12 pieces of 2 and we have our 6 pieces of 4. What we're going to do, we're going to take one of 4, place this in front of us. We're going to get one of 2 and we do some glue on the side and we place it exactly against the middle one. And this way we do here the same. We do some glue on one of 2 and we're going to place this one in the opposite direction against each other this way. And we're going to give it some pressure and we're going to place it aside. We get one of 4 again. I do one together with you, and some glue on the smallest line. You place it against here this way, and you do here again one of 2 and you place them in the opposite direction against each other this way. And now we're going to do the last, because this will be for 1 feet of the base of our lamp. I looked it up. We call it a lampenpoot, but you call it lamp base if I'm correctly. So I'm going to place this against each other again, and I'm going to give it some pressure. And we're going to give it only a couple of minutes, and then we're going to build them on top of each other, or else we don't get them nicely on top of each other, because we want to build them up. So I'm going to do this one a little over here, so we have a little more space you can watch. So I'm going to give this a couple of minutes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one piece and I'm going to gently do some glue, because it's not totally dry, because we have to work with it. So we do some glue on the whole cross. We're going to place this one on top of here. Make sure that you have it in a nice straight line. Give it some pressure. And again, feel with your fingers. And then we're going to turn it gently, and we're going to give it also some pressure from this side. And again, look for this side. And we're going to do some glue on this one and on this one. And we're going to place the last one on top over here. Be sure, give it some pressure from the top. Feel with your fingers that you have it in a straight line, because that's what you want. Turn it gently, and you see already this one is not really even with the rest, so I have to work with mine. And feel with your fingers as best as you can, so you are satisfied how it is turned out and how it is looking like. So mine is straight right now, so I'm going to let it dry in now. And of course I'm not totally satisfied because this one is a little crooked and I don't like that, so I'm going to let it dry in, and I'm going to do the second one. And if you're happy with how he is standing, then take a small brush like this, make it a little wet, and go in the corners and wipe away the glue and keep it in place from the top, and then go inside. And again, also over here, make sure that you wipe away the glue, or else it will be one big mess, and that's not what you want. So, and now I'm going to give mine at least, I think, 15 minutes drying. So now I have my two, I say crosses of course, but the base of the lamp, but this the half, at least almost half. We're going to get our bottoms over here and over here, and we're going to do very gently, we're going to turn it over because it's still not dried, and we're going to place this, some glue on the underside over here, and we're going to gently turn it over and place it. I have to look that I have it on the place I want to have it over here, and I'm going to look for that I have it in the middle, and I have the one of four I have in the length over here, but you can place it here, but I like then is the sizes in between is a little better balanced out, but do whatever you think it's right. This is one, and of course I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to turn it over very gently, and I'm going to do some glue over here and over here, and then I'm going to turn it over and place it in the middle, and I feel with my fingers that I have it nicely centered, and give it some pressure from the top, not too hard, because or else everything will break, and that's not what we want. So I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to wipe away the glue. You see already on the feet over here, so you see you can easily get your small brush again, make it wet, and wipe away the glue. You can wait a couple of minutes, but if you do it gently, you can do it immediately. So I place this aside. I have here a little bit of glue on the tops over here. So, and you see then you get a nice clean start of your base. I have here the same. Wipe away the glue, and I'm going to turn it over, do this one and over here, and then we are going to do the second part of our lamp base. So for the second part of the lamp base, we are going to use 4 times 2. So very gently you do some glue on the side, place them together, and do some glue on the side over here and this one, and we're going to squeeze them, squeeze it, and over here, and we're going to press them together to make sure that everything stays nicely together. We're going to wipe away the glue, and then we're going to make a straight line again, because you see already it's not totally a straight line, and this way, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest. So we gave the 4 pieces of 2 some rest, and now we're going to get 2 loose blocks. We place one straight up, we do some glue on this side, and we place this one against here. We do here the same, do some glue on the smallest line and place them next to each other, or against each other, and this way, and make sure that you have them in a straight line, because that's what you want, that you get a kind of a little cross. And we're going to let them dry. We're going to place this one straight up again, 2 loose blocks again. We place one over here and one in the opposite direction, and we're going to squeeze them to each other again, place them aside. You do here the same. Some glue over here and some glue on this one. And then you already have number 3. And I have to look for that I have them nicely against each other, because that's most important. And now you can still redo it quite a while, because that's the greatest about wood glue. You can still redo it at least most of the time. At least my glue is 10 minutes, you still can redo it. But of course, if the weather is a little bit hot, that is much difficult. So now we have our 4 pieces. We're going to give this a couple of minutes drying. So now I'm going to get one. I'm going to do some glue on top over here. Make sure that you have them, both of them, in the same direction. These are the 2 pieces we glue together. This is the 2 pieces. And then we're going to fit them on top of each other, or else they don't fit. You immediately you see that it doesn't work, so then you can turn it around. I'm going to go over this one and over here, and be sure, feel with your fingers and then press them down. And every time you have to give it a little bit of work so you get a nice straight line. This is already one. We do here the same. We do some glue on the tops, and we're going to place them over here. And we're going to give it a little bit of pressure. Then we're going to feel with our fingers. Yes, now we have it here straight, and now we need to have it straight over here even. And again, some pressure from the top. And only stop when you are satisfied and happy with how it turns out. Of course, I'm going to place it down, and I'm going to wipe away the glue. I'm going to do this one the same, from under to the top, and here from under to the top, and of course also this one. Then you have a nice clean second half of your base. So this is one. Now we're going to do the second one, of course, but it's very easy. Just take a simple brush, but maybe if you use hot glue you don't have this problem. And this one. And now we're going to let both of them dry in for a couple of minutes. So now we're going to give one of the first lamp base, of course the underside. I'm going to turn this one gently over, and I'm going to do a cross over here with my glue. Make sure that I have enough, and of course I have to look that I have it in this straight line, or else he doesn't fit on top of here. And we're going to give it some pressure, and we're going to look from this side the same, and press it down gently. And make sure that you have them as even as you can. Of course, it takes a little moment of your time, but always take your time for it, because then your work gets much nicer to look at, because you want to have it in your decor. Then you also want that it looks nicely. So this is already one. I'm going to get my second one, and of course I'm going to do gently, turn it over, do some glue over here and over here, and I'm going to place it down. I have to look for this one. I place it over here, give it some pressure from the top, and make sure that you have it in a straight line, and then turn it over and feel with your fingers, and every time press a little so your top can set in. So this is fitting nicely. And now this one. And I have it. I'm sorry it takes a little bit of your time, but I always love to show you also. Now you can easily see how it is done, and you can easily do it also. And it takes a little of your time. So now I'm going to let this dry in for at least 15 minutes, and then I'm going to you can work away the glue. You can do it, of course, also like me, a little faster and just go to the sides. So you see, now we're going to go further with the lampshade, and of course we are going to start with the kind of the bottom of the lampshade. This is 4 rows of 5. So again, you just glue them on the side, on the longer side, the same like we did with the bottom. So again, row them easily together like this. And of course, this is something I just make up. You don't have to do it this way. You can change it up any way you like, because it's your DIY, it's your lamp. You can change it up any way you like. And maybe you can also spray paint it if you're more like a gold or silver. Just spray paint it, everything in the color you like. So I'm going to squeeze it gently together, and this way. And this is number 2, this is number 3. And number 4, and I'm going to wipe away the glue and let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So you see, now I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. I place both of them on the side. I'm going to do some glue on the tops over here, and we're going to place them together and this one together. Turn her over, fill in the open gaps, because that's not what you want. And you do here the same. Turn it over, feel with your fingers and fill in the open gaps, and then you're going to wipe away the glue and going to place it aside and let this dry in. So now we're going to go further. We have the bottom of the lampshade. Now we're going to do the sides. We're going to do first, for one lampshade, we're going to do the sides. So I have 20 pieces of 2 on our table. So this is only for one lampshade. So 20 pieces of 2. We're going to glue together, very easy. You just do the longest line again, and you just place them together, and later you're going to squeeze them and make sure that you have them in a straight line. I think you already know what to do. So again, this one, I'm almost there. And then I'm going to do the squeezing a little faster, because that's not what you want to see all the time. So again, the last one over here, and I'm going to take my time. I'm just going to squeeze them, so very easy like this. Make them in a straight line, wipe away the glue and let them dry for a couple of minutes. So you see, now I have my 20 pieces of 2. What I'm going to do, get one, I'm going to do some glue on the tops, and I'm going to glue 2 of them together this way. Squeeze it, make sure that you have a nice straight line, wipe away the glue. And again, you do another one over here, and you're going to place them also gently next to each other and make sure that you have a nice piece. We do here the same. Again, some on the tops, and we're going to make sure that we have everything nicely fitting. You see already this block is a little distressed, at least he's a little broken. So, but we're going to try to make it work, because I don't like to waste my blocks. So I always try to get it fixed so I can easily use it. So again, and this one, and we're going to go for a number 5, and again squeeze it gently together. And of course this one needs to go a little to the outside. And this is number 6 over here, and squeeze it nicely together. And we go for number 7, and this is number 7, and this one. And I see already right now that I don't have enough, because you see I have left over 2 loose pieces, and that's not what we want. We want to have 4 two pieces which are left over. So you need 2 for every lampshade of the side of the lampshade. So you see I have now the sides, but I need the in-betweens, so I need 2 of 2 again. So because I want to have 4 pieces of 2 left over, so I'm going to squeeze this 2 Oh, you see already, and this one. And we're going to give it a couple of minutes before we're going to make our sides. So if everything is correctly for one lampshade, you have 8 pieces of this one. So very easy, 8 pieces of this. And you have 4 pieces of the double block. What we're going to do, we're going to place 2 of them on the ending of our mat. So we have a straight line. We're going to do some glue on this side and on this side. And we're going to place it in the middle. And we do it over here. And we're going to squeeze it gently together. And we're going to look for that we have it still on a straight line over here, because that's important. You also can get a painter's steer stick and be sure and just place it next to it, and you see already if it is fitting or not. So the same you can do here. So I'm going to wipe away the glue and I'm going to gently place it over here. Now we get another one of 2. We place it over here. And I have to see already, because this block is a little bit out of line with the other one. So of course you see also this twine, he did go out of each other. I'm just going to glue it again because it is enough glue. So place this together. I'm going to do some glue on this side and on this side. And I'm going to place it in between and over here. And if you want to be sure that you have it in the line you need to have it, you also can place gently this one next to here. And then you can also look with your steers of painter's stick, just look at here and you have them on the same length, also the middle block, because it's always nicer that you have them at the same height. So again, we're going to squeeze it. We're going to wipe away the glue and we're going to place this against each other, and over here it feels nicely together. So this one is also ready. I'm going to wipe away the glue. Again, 2 pieces. I only do this one together with you. The rest I will do, of course, a little faster. And this one, we place it on the side over here. Place this in the middle. And we place this one over here. And then we're going to press it nicely. And place this one next to it. And look if you have it also at the same length, and that's correctly. And then we're going to wipe away the glue and let this one dry also. Place it on the side. And then we are ready for the last piece. Again, this one, and like I told you, this is only for one lampshade. Again, place it in the middle and place it over here. This one we do over here. And we're going to squeeze it again. And we're going to place this one gently next to it. And look for if we have it on the same side, of same height, not side, but same height. But I think you already know what I mean. So place it here, and then we're going to wipe away the glue. Now we're going to let this 4 dry in, and I'm going to make the other lampshade also the same 4 pieces like this, but you don't have to see that. So now we have one of the bottoms, which is the 5 rows and 5 rows glued together. If everything is correctly, you have 2 of this one for the lampshade. Of course, we have now for one lampshade 4 of the sizes like the letter H. So we are going to do some glue on the underside over here and over here, and we're going to place this one very gently against the side. And of course I have to make sure that he's fitting nicely over here. We are going to go on this side, also on the underside we do some glue over here, and we place this one on the other direction. And again, we're going to squeeze it in and make sure, feel with your fingers that you have it in a straight line on the side, because you don't want that it is not straight, because or else the other parts are not gluing nicely. So we again feel with your fingers. I do it over here, and I'm going to get the other part, but you see already this one needs to glue the sides. So on this side, on this side, and on the underside, over here and over here. So I showed you, of course, it has to be this way, and then we're going to place it straight up, and we're going to very gently fill it in to the sides, and on the underside give some pressure over here. So we do here the same. We do on the sides, on this side, on the underside, and on the underside over here, and on this side. And we place this one very carefully on this side of the lampshade, and we're going to give it some pressure also over here and on the top and on the underside. So, and then we're going to, if you are satisfied of the shape and everything is fitting nicely, we are going to let it rest for at least a half hour. So you see already now, this is already the lampshade, and it looks a little different because it is not finished yet. So don't worry, it will look okay. What we're going to do, because this is open and I'm going to do some lights in between. So I want to have a little package where I can do my battery operated little box. So of course, what we're going to do, we're going to make for the inside, we are going to make a little box. So I have already made one because I wanted to be sure what I did was right. So I have here 4 blocks. You have one of 2 blocks, one of 5, and one a loose block. What you're going to do, so 1, 5, 2, and 4. You're going to do on the loose block, you place them straight up. You do some glue on the loose block and you roll them together. So very easy. And this one, and this one. And then we're going to squeeze it together in a straight line. So this way, I'm going to wipe away the glue like this and make sure that you have a nice line. We do now the 1 of 2. We're going to place them, squeeze them, and make sure that you have them in a straight line again also. And this is 1, and now we're going to do the 1 of 4. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. And I have one light which is the battery package is very big in the when you buy them right now. They are also already very little, but you see here I have still a little big one, so I have to deal with this one. But of course, I hope you already have the smaller ones, and then you don't have to make this as big as I do. And you also can leave this behind and do maybe some little tea light inside, but it gives a little bit more lightning if you have a string light. I only have 1 string light, if I'm correctly, so I hope I can show it to you at least with 1 light. Oh, like this. Now I'm going to place this one. I do some glue on the side, on this side, and I place this one against here. So again, give it some pressure, and we're going to let this dry in also, the same like we did with this one. So if everything is correctly, you have right now a row of 5 with a loose block which is standing up, the same like this one. And if everything is correctly, you have a 1 of 4 and 2 straight up like this. And we are going to do very easy. We're going to place this one straight up, and we place this one straight up, and we only do some glue on this line over here, and we place it over here, and we glue this on the inside of this block. And feel with your finger that you have a nice straight line, and then squeeze it and give it the shape you want to have it, because you don't want to have a shape you don't like. And so now we're going to let this dry in for at least a half hour, and then we're going to paint everything. So in the meantime, while our rest of our lamp shade is drying, we are going to paint the lamp base already, and I'm going to do it in the white color. And this is a white I use it a lot because it's not covering in totally. I love that it is not really covering all the wood color, so it is a little thin layer of some white. So, but of course, do whatever you think it's right. I always love this color, but maybe you like gold, silver, brown, red. I give it a little bit of a Christmassy touch. I think I'm going to do the lampshade in the red. We will see. And then on top, we will do some changeable pieces where you can change for the season, because you can also use this lamp all year round. You don't have to use it. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a Christmas touch because I'm a Christmas channel and I love to do a little bit of Christmas of it. But I understand if you don't want to do Christmas on top, just do it for your regular decor. So now I have my lamp base is in the white, and I'm going to do this one in the little bit of the black, dark gray, and of course also the insert I'm going to do in the same color. So it's also not totally covering, it's a little bit shining through, but also with the lamp shade, just take the color you like. So I did paint it, of course, the lampshade also in the little bit dark gray color. I have here now 4 stars of this one. And of course you can use it for the neutral tone, but you also can do it for this way. I like this side, so I'm going to cut off the little twine, and I'm going to make a little bow out of it, and I'm going to do it with some sticky gum. I'm going to stick it on top of here so I can change it up for the season. So I'm going to do all 4 of them, but I won't bore you with that. So you see in a moment when he is finished. So I have now my stars on my lampshade, but of course choose anything you like. The only thing we need to do is, of course, we need our base of our lamp, and we need to glue it under our lampshade. So I'm going to turn this one upside down this way, and I'm going to do some glue on top of here, in the cross, over here, and I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to place this one in the middle, and I'm going to let it rest for at least a half hour. But of course, you see in a moment the quick impression. This is the last step, just glue it on top of here, and then you see the end result. So yes, I told you, you see now the quick impression, but of course I also wanted to show you the insert we made like this. And of course I place it loose inside of the lampshade because I don't want to have it totally glued together, because maybe later I will do some tea lights inside of it. So you can choose anything you like, but for this one I have here my battery pack, and I'm going to, you see already, he can nicely fitting inside of here. You see he is fitting over here, so you can place it inside your lamp. And what you're going to do, you just easily turn this one before you place it in. It is a wired string light. You do it just over and over until you have all sides, and this way, and then you're going to place it in the middle, and then you have on each side the lights you need. But of course you can do it any way you like, you don't have to do it the way I do. So I'm going to, and then I'm going to place it inside my lamp, and then you see now the quick impression. And here you see finally a quick impression of my Tumbling Tower Blocks seasonal lamps, and I'm so happy how this turned out. Of course, like I told you earlier, you can use it for every season and every day decor. So I hope you give this one a try. In a moment you see, of course, also the lamps with the lights on, but for now I show it to you this way. And of course, everyone who is new here enjoys what you see. I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell, so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. For more DIYs, come on over to my description box, there you find the link for the DIY channels. Hope to see you there. Have an amazing day. See you in the next one. Bye.